everything's always working out for the highest good of all. You just got to remember that when you're going through your trials and tribulations. There's a reason why we go through things that we go through. It builds us. It helps us gain clarity on the lessons that need to be learned, so we don't continue the vicious cycle. In order to step forward into the person you're meant to be, you step back inside and you see things what they are. Truth. Reality is truth. That's all it can ever be. It's our perception that darkens the lenses that we see through. And for a personal thing that I'm currently going through, separation and not seeing my kids, it's a very hard thing for a man to go through. And to any other kings out there that are going through the same thing, just know the sun's always going to come up tomorrow, bro. And even though it feels hard, whatever the circumstances in the relationship that made it split, whether you get back together or not, it doesn't matter. But everything happens for a reason. And it is always working out for your highest good. You can't see it right now because, if I'm perfectly honest, can't really see it right now. But I keep telling myself, because I know within myself that being one with God, everything always works out. It always works out. The thing that tends to come and go is faith. Because we can't see the outcomes and we can't see it clearly and we don't know how it's going to work from A to Z. You've just got to trust the process. You have to trust the process. And I'm currently going through that. I don't know how it all works, but I have faith that it's always going to work. You know, you've only got to step back, look back at what you've been through in your life and ask yourself, and be honest, how did I get through all that? And who helped me through all that? And this is a question you ask yourself in front of the mirror. And the person that got you through, well, first and foremost, is God. But it's the belief in yourself too. Even if you had lost belief in yourself along the way, there was still a little bit in there. And that belief got you over the line, you know. They pulled you through that. Believe in yourself. Your current situation won't last forever, you know. And you got to keep reassuring yourself, because I do it every day. Every day I pick up my cross. Every day I've got to tell myself love and unity. And it does get a bit easier, but it is still very difficult at the same time, you know. Nothing comes easy. Nothing comes easy. So if you're sitting there, it's a Saturday night, you know. I'm 40 next week. So, like, I don't have any interest in going out and partying. Shit, like, those fucking days for me are gone and done. So, yeah. It's, you practice what you preach. And the stuff that I talk about through this channel is all personal experiences. They don't come from a ego point of view or anything. It's tools that I've worked out along the way by sitting in silence, sitting by myself, reflecting, taking ownership, not playing a blame game, because whatever's happening in your life, even though it may seem it was the cause of other people, it can be the cause of how you react as well. And it takes a lot of self-awareness to actually step back and look at it for what it is. And to not sugarcoat shit and to not lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Be honest. Be honest with yourself. Where do I need to, like, your emotions are a guidance system. If something is bubbling inside, then you've got to look at it and you've got to chase it back in, fold back into yourself and come back to the I am. And you can chase back what you have attached to certain outcomes. It doesn't mean it's always going to be like that, but it's coming to the awareness of seeing it for what it is. And by you living in truth, the truth will set you free. By living in your truth, and I mean no bullshit truth, like truth, what you see is what you get. If you can live by that, you're freeing yourself. It's the stories we fabricate in our heads that tend to drag us into that quicksand, and you feel like you're drowning. You can't get out of it. Fear, anxiety is separation from God. It's not real. You're not meant to think like that. You know, those emotions are meant to get you to realize, you know, that you shouldn't be thinking like that. Love and unity. Love is inclusive of everybody. No one gets left behind. Yeah. But first and foremost, it's you. It's you that has to be, your cup inside has to be clean. You know. Everything external comes back to the internal. Yeah. You've got to come to peace within you, and peace will project throughout the eyes. Yeah. It's a bit deep. Yeah, but for the people that it clicks with, you're meant to see the message, and you may resonate with it. You may not. But yeah, it's just all the single fathers out there that are sitting home or whatever you're doing. If you're going through hard times, sitting in peace and silence is the best thing you could do for yourself. Don't try and keep yourself busy. Don't try and do things just to keep yourself busy, because you're missing the lesson. You're missing the lesson. You've got to take time for yourself, and you've got to reflect internally. Yeah. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense in my head. Anyway, whānau, love, light and happiness. Just remember, you are exactly where you're meant to be. Everything happens for a reason. And it's always working out for the highest good of all. Even though we can't see it at the moment. But it's just like life. There's more to life than what you just see through your eyes. There are things working in the background to help to bring that sun up the next day. There's always stuff in the background that's working that we can't see. It's we don't let the negative voices inside our head drag us into that quicksand. Don't do it to yourself. You're better than that. We are perfect the way we are. The only thing that needs to catch up is the internal realization of how amazing you are. Yeah. Love, light and happiness, whānau. Have a meka night.